So I'm going to talk a little quiet because I got my hubby over there sleeping in on this Sunday. It is June 21st in 2019, and I decided to make some Zuppa Toscana, a spinoff of a Zuppa Toscana, which is a popular soup from Olive Garden. The crazy thing is I didn't even plan to make this, but when I realized I had all of the ingredients basically, I decided to throw it together. And I've got 3 different pots because y'all know we're traveling and we live in Florida now. And so I didn't have like a big soup pot. And I know that my husband's gonna want to eat a lot of this because the last time I made it, he ate a ton. So let me tell you a little bit about this, and I'll give you some DIYs and tricks to make your life easier when you're cooking it. So one, I'll put the link for the ingredients below, but I can go ahead and tell you it has potatoes. That's actually kale. It has mild Italian sausage, although I used a spicy Italian sausage because that's what we had in our fridge. What else is in there? You have red pepper flakes, salt to taste. I didn't put any salt in mine quite yet. I gotta taste it first. And then you can use heavy whipping cream, or if you don't have heavy whipping cream, you can do a mixture of whole milk and butter. You can look that up on Google. So that's what I did so I can make the soup. What else is, and onions. And so let me get into my DIYs, my advice on how to make your life easier if you're going to make this, because I love soup and I love Zuppa Toscana. DIYs. Or not DIYs, I guess hacks. I did not mean to say that. Tay, mommy's doing a video. Be patient, okay? So I'm going to try to get you to see how this onion is. So basically I sliced it. Okay, so it's hard for me to explain it, but I guess it's not hard if I can just simplify it. So basically what you're going to do to dice up an onion quickly without having to chop all day, you basically do one of these numbers. You slice it almost down to the bottom, but not all the way. So you do it. Taylor, get down, daddy, sleep. No ma'am, down. So you slice it this way. But you don't slice it all the way to the bottom. That's what I used to do. Because once you slice it all the way to the bottom, it's hard to keep it together. So slice it almost to the bottom, but not all the way. And then you slice it. Then you turn it, slice it the other way. Okay, like that. But again, not all the way to the bottom. So then it's held together. Then when you turn it this way, you're actually able to slice off the sides. And it's perfectly diced without you having to dice. So that has been a lifesaver. I've just learned that like a couple weeks ago, actually last week. My husband does his professional onion chopping, but and he does it quick, but I can't do it like him. So this has been a lifesaver to me to kind of cut it like that without going all the way to the bottom and then turn it to the side. And excuse my nails, I gotta paint them. Other DIYs, well, let me show you something else. So, you know, everybody's different when it comes to what they like, their preferences with texture and taste. I will tell you this sausage right here, when you're at Olive Garden, they're going to have it diced up pretty thin and almost crumbly, and so that's what most people are going to expect or want. Now everyone's different, so sometimes when I'm rushing, the sausage is bigger if I didn't feel like, you know, cutting it up too much, but see, like that right there, I didn't mean to do that, so I gotta dice that a little bit more. So basically, with that type of sausage, the mild Italian sausage or spicy, it's not going to be your already fully cooked sausage. It's actually the sausage that has the casing. And so depending upon your preferences, you may need to actually take some time, and it doesn't actually take that long, and actually remove the casing before you cut it up. If you're not picky about the casing, then you don't need to do that. But the times that I made it too big and didn't remove the casing, it kind of doesn't necessarily get a little chewy, but you know, if you grew up on if you grew up with eating sausage that has casing in it, it probably doesn't even, you wouldn't even recognize the difference. But for some people, you're going to need to remove that casing and then dice it up good. I think that's pretty much it. I mean, it's a pretty easy soup. You just got to do some dicing. Another thing to think about, that you're putting a lot of potatoes in here. Taylin, off of Daddy. No, ma'am. Daddy's sleeping. You're going to want to make sure that your potatoes are cut pretty evenly. You know, like you don't want to have a whole bunch of thick potatoes and then thin potatoes, because then it's going to cook unevenly, and then your potatoes, some of your thinner potatoes would melt into the mixture, which, you know, is going to taste good, but ideally for it all to cook the same. Oh, another thing, mine looks different than Olive Garden because I started with a chicken broth that was from actual chicken, and there's technically some chicken residue in here as well. So it's not going to look like this when you make it unless you started with some chicken broth. So yeah, this color is very different because of the broth that I used before starting. I didn't have store-bought broth. I just had some leftover chicken and broth. So yeah, that's why it's that color here. Yep, and I might need to put a little bit more red pepper flakes, because I don't even measure it now. I just kind of throw it in there. But I'm not seeing enough, so I know I can eyeball it and tell we're going to need some more red pepper. Another thing that I chose to do, that I typically always do with this recipe, is I actually put a tiny bit, not much, of hot sauce. But you don't need much, but you know, we like spicy, so we put a little bit in there, and that adds to the flavor. So yeah, so there it is. It's cooking. Alrighty, that's it.